What's it mean to be an Aussie, to live in this big land? What's it mean to be Australian? Can you really understand? From the snowy to the ocean, from the Alice to the sea, the whole wide world is watching. We're the Aussies, you and me. For centuries our native brothers roamed the sun-salt plains. They lived with her in harmony through droughts and flooding rains. The deserts and the forests still sing a distant song that echoes in each one of us, and here's where you belong. And I'm glad to be an Aussie, to live in this big land. I'm proud to be Australian, and I guess I understand. From the snowy to the ocean, from the Alice to the sea, the whole wide world is watching. We're the Aussies, you and me. We've a special kind of friendship, call it mateship if you must, built in times of trouble on honesty and trust. In the city or the country, your mates still see you through. We're brothers and we're sisters, and I tell you, we're true blue. And I'm glad to be an Aussie, to live in this big land. I'm proud to be Australian, and I guess I understand. From the snowy to the ocean, from the Alice to the sea, the whole wide world is watching. We're the Aussies, you and me. We've come from every far-off place to make this land our home, to forge a new life freely in a way that is our own. The gum trees whisper softly in the bush so wide and free. Your children are my future, and your future lies with me. Yes, I'm glad to be an Aussie, to live in this big land. I'm proud to be Australian, and I guess I understand. From the snowy to the ocean, from the Alice to the sea, the whole wide world is watching. We're the Aussies, you and me. Farewell to old England forever, farewell to me old pals as well. Farewell to the well-known Old Bailey, where I once used to catch such a swell. Singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, hey. Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, oh, we're bound for Botany Bay. There's a captain as is our commander, there's a boatswain and all the ship's crew, there's the first and the second class passengers, knows what we poor convicts go through. Singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, hey. Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, oh, we're bound for Botany Bay. Tain't leaving old England we cares about, tain't cause we misspells what we know, but because oh we like finger gentry, hops around with a log on our toes. Singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, hey. Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, oh we're bound for Botany Bay. The wings of a turtle dove, I'd soar on me pinions so high, slap bang to the arms of me folly love, and in her sweet presence I'd die. Singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, singing Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, Tir-a-lie, hur-a-lie, had-a-dee, my young dukies and duchesses, take warning from what I've to say. Mind all of your own as you touch yourself, or you'll find us in Botany Bay, singing Tiralai, Hiralai, Headity, singing Tiralai, Hiralai, Tiralai, Hiralai, Headity. Oh, we're bound for Botany Bay. Have you heard of Robert Burke, so brave yet so ill-fated, the first to cross this land from south to north? With Wilson, King and Grey on that awful August day, they bade farewell to Melbourne's peaceful shores. 17 sturdy men, horses, camels and provisions would surely be enough to see them through. 2,000 miles of dry red dust, endless inland deserts, known only to the native chosen few. And will you make the history books, and will you be a hero? Will you win the lady that you love? Robert O'Hara Burke, your quest for glory may not work. You pay a deadly price to make your mark. Cooper's Creek's a depot, waiting for the others. Waiting seems to drive a man insane. Saddle up the camel, strike north towards the ocean, and then turn back, head southwards once again. 7 hours too late, the depot lies deserted. The tree sign tells them dig, but seals their fate. Starvation in the bush, Burke and Wills and Grey have known it. At Cooper's Creek their ghosts still lie and wait. And will you make the history books, and will you be a hero? Will you win the lady that you love? Robert O'Hara Burke, your quest for glory may not work. You pay a deadly price to make your mark. Let me wander north to the homestead, way out further on there to roam. By a gully in flood let me linger, when the summery sunshine has flown, where the logs tangle up on the creek bed, and the clouds veil the old northern sky, and the cattle move back from the lowlands, when the rain tumbles down in July. Settlers with sad hearts are watching the rise of the stream from the dawn. Their best crops are always in flood reach. If it rises much more, they'll be gone. The cattle string out along the fences as the breeze from the south races by, and the limbs from the old gums are falling when the rain tumbles down in July. The old sleeping gums by the river awaken to herds straying by from the flats where the fences have vanished, as the storm clouds gather on high. The wheels of the wagon stop turning, and the stock horse is turned out to stray, and the old station dogs are a-dozing on the husks in the barn through the day. farmer draws rein by the river. It's been years since he's seen it so high, and that's just the story of Homewood when the rain tumbles down in July. Out on the board, the old shearer stands, clasping his shears in his thin bony hands. Fixed is his gaze on a bare-bellied young. Glory if he gets so on, he'd make the ringer go. Quick go the shears, boys, quick, quick the lick. Wide is his blow as his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a blow, and he curses the old snagger with the bare-bellied yo. Middle of the floor, in his cane-bottom chair, sits the boss of the board, with his eyes everywhere. He notes well each piece as it comes to the screen, and he's paying strict attention that it's taken off the lane. Quick go the shears, boys, quick, quick the lick. Wide is his blow as his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a blow, and he curses the old snagger with the bare-bellied yo. There stands the tar boy a-waiting in demand, with his black and tar coat in his tarry hand. There he sees a sheep with a cat upon her back, and this is what he's a-waiting for. It's tie her jacket. Quick go the shears, boys, quick, quick the lick. Wide is his blow as his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and is beaten by a blow, and he curses the old snagger with the bare-bellied yo. As shearing is all over, lads, we've all got our checks. Roll up your swags, boys, we're off on the tracks. The first pub that we come to, it's there we'll have a spree, and everyone that comes along, it's come and drink with me. Quick go the shears, boys, quick, quick the lick. Wide is his blow as his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a blow, and he curses the old snagger with the bare-bellied yo. Quick go the shears, boys, quick, quick the lick. Wide is his blow as his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a blow, and he kisses the old snagger with the bare-bellied yo. I'm just a lovelorn weary coot, and I've composed a song. It's all about a girl I love and dream of all day long. The rhythm seemed to come to me whilst milking favourite cow, and as my hands went up and down, I wrote this song about. My Mabel waits for me underneath the bright blue sky, where the dog sits on the tucker box 5 miles from Gundagai. I meet her every day and I know she's dinky-die, where the dog sits on the tucker box 5 miles from Gundagai. Now poets in the days gone by were very much inspired by lovely wenches that they loved and otherwise admired. But though they wrote some lovely prose whilst in a state of bliss, why even Shakespeare never wrote a poem as good as this. My Mabel waits for me underneath that bright blue sky, where the dog sits on the tucker box, 5 miles from Gundagon. I meet her every day, and I know she's digging fine, where the dog sits on the tucker box, 5 miles from Gundagon. 'Twas the month of December, the year 54, when the men of Eureka rebelled, and they swore that the flag they had made for themselves ever bravely aloft would be held. The miners took arms in the stockade that day, their bold words went from mouth to mouth. We stand by this flag and the stars that it bears, white stars of the cross of the South. The hot blood of freedom ran fast in their veins, but one man there was they obeyed. A hero of heroes they chose from their ranks, Peter Lawler their leader they made. Peter Lawler cried, now you must stand by your guns, and fear not the cannon's red mouth, for I see that the soldiers are gathering now to tear down the cross of the South. Captain Thomas, he charged the Eureka stockade with 300 troops by his side. Fire and steel met them then, and they fell back again, but the first of the miners had died. The smoke of the battle had scarce cleared away when the soldiers came charging once more, and the miners were killed as they stood round the flag, or fell from the wounds that they bore. Bold Peter Lawler lay shot on the ground where the soldiers had left him for dead, and the flag that he loved lay there by his side, the white stars all stained with red. Peter Lawler, he rose on his knees in the dust, these wild words poured from his mouth. You can murder us all in black tyranny's name, but you can't kill the cross of the South. Edward Kelly, my good friends call me Ned, but as the sun comes up today, I surely will be dead. I hear the jailer coming, the clinking, clanking sounds that haunt this mournful Melbourne jail and echo round and round. It's true that I killed Kennedy, but the fight was clean and fair. Profoundly we had been provoked to shoot those troopers there, and I have simply kept my word, the promise that I made, to boldly guard me mother and me darling sister Kate. But now the jailer's by my side, 13 steps I tread, I feel the rope around me neck, the hood upon me head, and such as life is on me lips, I face me final task, and deeply gasp me last few breaths, and see my God at last. My name is Edward Kelly, I'm proudly living still. My soul is in the evening breeze, the gum trees and the hills. Ye young sons of Australia, do not forget your brave, and I will stand beside you beyond the icy grave. Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong, under the shade of a coolibah tree. He sang as he watched the waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you come a waltzing Matilda with me. He sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came a jumbuck to drink at the billabong. Up jumped the swagman and he grabbed him with glee. He laughed as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you come a waltzing Matilda with me. He sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came the squatter mounted on his thoroughbred. Up jumped the troopers, 1, 2, 3. Where's the jolly jumbuck you got in your tucker bag? You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you come a waltzing Matilda with me. He sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. The swagman he got up and jumped into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, said he. His ghost may be heard as you pass by the billabong. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you come a waltzing Matilda with me. His ghost may be heard as you pass by the billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Winter's day in old Melbourne, hear the rain come tumbling down. Pubs all closing at 6 o'clock. Ain't no warm place in this town. I spent some time in the desert, Alamein and all that stuff. My old mate here from Gallipoli still says Melbourne's much too tough. But I tell you that a bottle's worth a blanket when you're down. Promise you the two will see you through. Come on, mate, and take a drop of good old rhubarb dark. There's surely some still left for me and you. Sitting down here by the river, reflections from the neon sign. Me and Bert have got our own spot here. Pass a friendly 2-bob wine. And I tell you that a bottle's worth a blanket when you're down. Promise you that two will see you through. Come on, mate, take a drop of good old 2-bob dark. There's surely some still left for me and you. Hear the footy crowds are roaring. Let's all shout hip hooray. But it's quiet by the river when the crowds have gone away. And I tell you that a bottle's worth a blanket when you're down. Promise you that two will see you through. Come on, mate, and take a drop of good old rhubarb dark. there's surely some still left for me and you.
VHABH, Silver City, cleared for takeoff, runway 509er. VHABH, cleared for takeoff.
From the wide Pacific Ocean to the West Australian shore, spread your wings across this country, 10,000 miles and more. You're the essence of this nation, distant deserts are your friends. Silver City, take me with you once again. Half a century is nothing to a lady such as you. Your lines still please my senses as they did when you were new. Your sparkling wings are shining in this warm November sun. The years unfold before me like we've only just begun. I'll be riding with you in the morning, high above the sky, on a wing and a prayer. Silver City, take me there, memories and magic flying high. Prime ministers and generals, oh, we're familiar friends to you. The future of this country was decided as they flew, and I can't help feeling honored that you'll take the likes of me on a flight that's just for pleasure, grand old memory. There's a puff of smoke, a mighty throb, the drop of oil drips down. We're racing down the tarmac, once more we've left the ground, and the busy streets of Melbourne shrink away so far below. Take me home to Wangaratta and another grand air show. And I'm riding with you in the morning, high across the sky, on a wing and a prayer. Silver City, take me there, memories and magic flying high. Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. Beneath our radiant Southern Cross, we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this commonwealth of ours renowned of all the land. For those who've come across the seas, with boundless plains to share, with courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.